sorts of things happening here. This is actually the Zandvoort circuit, and I'm going to interview none other than Tom Coronel himself. And I want to know all the ins and outs. And I'm going on to the circuit. It was tough getting out of that small, low, odd car, right? It's designed for children. Is he your son? I still have to do a DNA test, but I think so. Oh yeah, from the milkman. That's where we come from. This is the BMW 240 Club Sport, a heavily modified 2 Series with more than 400 horsepower. And of course, rear-wheel drive. In short, the perfect track toy.
Our race monster is driven as much as possible, but how fast can it go? This is always such a standard question, right?
How fast does the car go, then I say?
Always. It depends on how long the straight is. But at Zandvoort, we reach a good 225, 230. But,
what is the maximum speed you've ever driven? You mean top speed?
270. Psst, and Monza. Yes. Yes, but it's straight ahead and then nothing happens. No?
That's true. At that turn, I'm already scared, you know? You don't need to be here. I understand your fear of death and desire for control. Losing control can be challenging. It's important to focus on what you can influence in life. But no, I'm definitely in good hands. I'm certain of that. Look, is this a daily driver? That's what I'm actually wondering. Because, yeah, but this is just a BMW 240i. That's just
what it is. So it's actually not that special, but they did change a few things. There are plastic doors in it. This is all lighter.
Made.
Plastic windows are in it, which also makes it much lighter. This is all plastic. This is nothing at all, but that saves a lot of weight. The weight is at the top, so you don't get any roll. The hood, how many kilos did you say it was less? 200 kilos less?
This is a
good 250 kilos have been taken off the car. The car instantly becomes a thrilling race car due to its lightweight, which is the biggest enemy in racing. Additional horsepower is unnecessary because you have to accelerate it and you have to slow it down, and then you don't need that anymore. But look, they're everywhere. Look, there's one, there's another one, here's one, there's another one, another one, another one. There are a lot of them driving on the track, so there are a lot of gentlemen or drivers who have realized that this is the ideal car, you know.
You know, now I really want a BMW too. I'd love to drive one.
I also don't understand that you don't have one now. You've had all kinds of cars.
Have you driven one yet? We'll arrange it. Yes, just like that.
Just go to the dealer and transfer the money. Then you can get anything you want.
I was going to win the lottery tomorrow. What's unique about this car?
The weight, it's good 250 kilos lighter. Of course, the horsepower, because they've tuned it a bit. So it's got a solid 400 horsepower. Roll cage, racing. And I do think that roll cage is important. Yeah. But why? It's not going to roll over, right? No.
They call me worst case scenario Suus because I've already mapped out every possible scenario that could happen in life, just in case.
You're the type who's insured for everything.
No, but I just always want to have calculated what could happen. So I do like the feeling of safety. Speaking of insurance, can you insure this car?
Yes, for some races we insure the car. For example, the Nordschleife, the Nürburgring, there we insured the car, the race car. Yes, exactly. After we had completely wrapped it the first time.
Driven it, and then it was
not insured. Oh, painful, but was it you or someone else? I admit that I ran over it on the path.
I like knowing that. And see, you also go off track sometimes. Yes, I do. But not because of me, I hope. He can't promise that. I'm scared, so let's move on.
I'll keep quiet for a moment.
Oh, I brought a decibel meter. This
makes a really beautiful sound.
It's sputtering.
A little bit too.
Yes, farting feels good. I always find it so funny when men explain that. That sounds nice. It's bubbling. How fun. I just have to accelerate? I forgot my earplugs again. That's the biggest... Huh? What? I forgot my earplugs again. Huh? Huh? So I'm really at my limit. I could just walk away from you so I don't hear it anymore. Surprise, and 126.2, but that's not the maximum. No, but now it's at the maximum. Do you know how fast that is? It's faster than a jet fighter. It's making me talk louder too, and I'm already going deaf. He just took a racing course at the Zandvoort school. Yesterday and the day before yesterday.
And today we're just putting the finishing touches on that.
And is it any good? Yes, it's okay. Tom is still giving race training, as you can hear. And Tom wouldn't be Tom if he didn't come up with a surprise. If you take this cup with...
Water, if you keep a little bit of water in it, then I'll offer you a racing course. But if you can't do it, you'll have to wash a motorcycle. No, you're going both ways.
On such a thing, right? Okay, deal. Coincidentally, I also love doing laundry, so I really like that. Shall we all grab some helpers? Yes, that sounds convenient. Okay, then I'll take this one. We really love that you're watching, but please click subscribe for us because we want to keep making this content. Yes, just the brakes. I think that's important. What are you doing now? Oh, you distracted me too by looking at me, right? Well, that...
Music.
You were going so fast, I thought, oh no, what cup am I holding? If only you had kept your balance.
It's about that you... Of course, I tricked you here when we were leaving.
Yeah, then I just had to...
Brake once, give it some gas. Yeah, but after that, it was great. I went into the Gerlach. I don't think you even knew that corner was coming, and suddenly you saw it.
I realized I had to watch the little cup after hearing 2 BAMs.
And not.
On the road. Yes, yes. Otherwise, you'll get nauseous. That was the choice, right? But I have to make your card. That's totally fine with me. Yes.
Just let me know when. I'd love to come by with all the sponsors. Very good, very good. I think that I...
We'll wait until it gets a bit more like summer. Yes.
That's good, that's better. Wow, you're an excellent driver. I'm still feeling the high from the ride. This car is incredibly cool. Supercar worthy, 100%. Definitely getting to sit next to you. On the Zandvoort circuit too, there are...
Few supercars that can keep up this pace for a whole lap.
I was just about to say that, yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna give you an 8.9. No! Well, no, you're a 10, just kidding. But the car, yeah.
Nice average, Hoppa. I say, I'm taking that one home. Such a...
Half next to it too, then I'll do it again. Yes, that's good. Good. So that means he'll be cleaning his car. That's fine with me too. Fine. I think that's totally fine as well. By the way, something else that's really nice to know, and you really have to do this so we can keep making this content, please subscribe for us and like the video. Yes. As a bonus, we have a short interview for you, in which he talks about his biggest blunder, his dream car, and of course his son, Rocco.
I hate hotels because you always end up in hotels, and you only have a little bit of your own space. You have your own room with you. And this is kind of your...
Own, Ken.
You can sit down for a moment, Ken.
You're away for a moment. Look, this is nice. This is perfect. It's like bringing your living room with you. That's how you should see it. You're being healthy, and I'm trying that too. Stroopwafels, they often say.
Okay, so this is your go-to... Yeah, I travel all over Europe with this.
All over Europe.
Also, for example, in Germany at the Nürburgring, it's always cold, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Think the circuit is very luxurious, but not at all.
I wonder, what would you have done if you hadn't ended up in the racing circuit?
What would you have been then?
Yeah, I don't think I would have had much choice.
No? Why not?
Well, my grandpa, that's Orend Hart, the song.
Berters up.
On his Norton Tieners, on his Birmingham Small Arms. Bertus van Hamersveld is my grandfather. So if you also take the roundabout in Assen, if you exit the highway and you'll reach the roundabout. That's the Berters van Hamersveld roundabout, my grandpa's roundabout. You have to take it twice when in Assen. Take it twice, preferably sideways, drifting. If the police pull you over, say, Coronel gave permission, as this belongs to your grandpa.
Well, you hear that. That's what you have to do. But this is quite a special story from you, isn't it? Well?
Yeah, very few people know that my mother's father, that's Bertus, was also the first Dutchman to participate in the motorcycle races on the Isle of Man. The really dangerous one, you know. And then my mother met my father here at the circuit. Tim and I were actually conceived in Zandvoort. That's how you should view it. We even joke about it, saying we conceived him.
No, but...
Seriously, it's true. That's why it's Tim Alva Tom Romeo. We were conceived in the back seat of an Alfa Romeo in the pit lane here in Zandvoort.
No, Tim Alva Tom Romeo, this is great.
We are named after a car brand.
Is that also your middle name? Yes, you could say that. It's right there in my passport. No, I didn't know that. Oh, I really like that.
It could have been Tim Lambo, Tomini, Timver, or Tom Airy. There was no space. Like
Romeo?
just have...
The chairs with those benches behind them.
There you go.
I think so. I don't know. You have an idea of it. Maybe you all do now too. I don't know. No. I wanted to say I'm still a virgin, but that's not true. No. Okay. But yeah.
So I think I wouldn't have had much choice to do anything else in my life, but...
Was it really your own choice then? Yes, it was. Or is it just it was spoon-fed to you and you thought, fun?
A bit of both, yes. My father raced.
My older.
In the past, my brothers and I raced. I used discarded Michelin tires from the Michelin truck to build huts.
You know,
what someone else did in the woods, I did on the circuits during the weekend, because that's where my parents and my brothers were, of course. Entering motorsports is very challenging.
What is the reason for that?
It's an elite sport. It's just too expensive.
Owning art is very expensive. What kind of art do you need to own and what skills do you have? There must be quite a list, so you might have the money.
At a certain point, people think cars, accelerating, braking, you know.
Any fool can do that, yes, but...
Doing that twice will result in crashing a car twice, ending the story due to their high cost. To find the balance, you must push the limit slightly, then step back. This positions you right against the limit without crossing it. That 2 or 3 tenths of a second difference separates good drivers from really good ones. A bit like what you see with Max and Perez. And it's so hard to find those last 2 tenths. You have to do a lot of laps and have really good mentors. We call it bum time or seat time, a lot of driving time. It sharpens your feeling with more practice.
Do they also have them at home? Do they have such a device at home to practice? Nowadays, yes, but in the past, that wasn't possible.
Not me. I was messing around here at Zandvoort with old Opel Mantas and Opel, and then...
Of course you are.
Also teaching your son now. I'm now seeing if I can turn him into a racing monster.
Yeah, this is really cool.
He's 13 now, but...
Will he become the new Max Verstappen?
No, he'll become the new Rocco.
I like that. He'll become the new Rocco. Look.
Don't compare yourself to Max Verstappen. Everyone asks or thinks that, but I believe you shouldn't because...
That's next level. Max is...
That's insane. That's up there. You know, and yeah, of course, that's something you'd really want. Yeah, I'm not going to add anything to that. I don't want to compare it. I stay far away from it because I really feel like, you know, you have to develop yourself and then we'll see how far we get. But sometimes I am surprised, you know. Sometimes he's a bit faster than me. You think difficult? No, not at all.
I think
it's actually very
cool. Because,
for example, I was riding with him and then he didn't brake for a turn via the Huguenots there.
Throws?
You just throw him in. And I say, how do you do that? Well, I can tell you, there are few people who have driven more miles than I have in Zandvoort. And he thought so. He's searching for it himself, which I think is really cool. Back in the day, if you tried that and wrecked your car, you couldn't drive anymore. Nowadays, on simulators, you crash it 1,000 times before realizing it works. It's a completely different way of thinking. With those kids nowadays, racing is 3D and sim is 2D. So an extra dimension is added, but the youth have only been raised with sight and feeling. In the steering, yes, and I get the feeling in my butt. They get that sensor. For me, it's the other way around. I sit in the simulator and it becomes the feeling. That sensor in my butt gets taken away and then I have to do everything with sight and feeling. And that's why I get nauseous in the simulator because I'm not used to it. So they get something extra. And for me, something is actually taken away. That's why you see that young people learn very quickly because they have that sight and
hands that
they have that, and especially the max factor, for example.
And those...
Then they get the feeling that it's become so much more professional than before. But for example, what I do miss now is that with the youth, when they shift back, they do it with paddles now, which we didn't have. With us, it was an H pattern and double clutch, requiring a side flip, throttle in between, and then shifting back. So if you could give it some throttle in between, you had an advantage over someone else. The electronic gear shifts on the paddles are now the same, eliminating the previous advantage. Is that a shame? I think that's a shame, because then you had more of a feeling with the engine and the gearbox that you could feel the gears meshing together. Then you understood more.
About the technology of the car, yes. I'm really curious now, what has been your biggest blunder ever? Have you ever really thought, there have been so many? Oh, really?
There have been so many, sorry. Do I really have to be satisfied with all that? No.
But what you do well is...
Stayed with me while I was driving in Macau, that was near China. I raced in the Formula 3 World Championship and was in the lead. I looked in my mirror and crashed into the guardrail with just 2 laps left. I would have won that race and been on the list with Schumacher.
Senna, Hakkinen.
Really the big guys. And I really messed that one up, so...
That one still lingers. I was really stupid. Yeah, oh.
Shit, and...
If I gave you all the money in the world right now, which 3 cars would you buy?
I would, that's a good one. I have 1 million. No, more. More? Okay, but I don't need more. Okay, we'll go. Because then I'd get a BMW M3, a blue one on Monday. I'd get a green one on Tuesday. Get a red one on Wednesday. I think the BMW M3 has the perfect balance. Rear-wheel drive, weight, size. Give me a BMW M3 and I'm set. And if you ask me about the most stylish car, I'd say an Aston Martin Vanquish.
Okay.
I think it's impressive, and I have respect for people who buy those kinds of expensive cars.
Yes, that...
I think that's really cool, because then you really have a screw loose. I would spend it on the learning curve with racing, yeah.
What was your first time going out, actually?
400?
500, that one.
I got it. I imported it myself from Italy, yes, so it was a mustard yellow one. I eventually had it painted tomato red, Ferrari red. I had it sprayed, sanded it myself.
Sanded it? Did all the car body work myself?
Did it all myself, no help. Did it all by myself. I was 18, 19. There was a broken throttle cable, and then I took the rope from my surfboard, the one to secure the boom, to use as a throttle. With the tailgate open and the carburetor operated by rope, that's how I drove the car to school through the window.
Amazing Ferrari.
I got that from my parents. If I abstained from drinking, drugs, and smoking until age 18, they promised to give me a Ferrari. And...
That was back in the days of guilders. How many guilders was it then?
well, not that much. 1,500 guilders?
Ah, guilders, the golden days of old.